Hi, I'm Jonathan and I'm here with Ignite. What we're going to be looking at in this video are the key concepts within Lost in Translation, one of the prescribed texts for the Literary Mindscapes elective for Extension 1 English. So what we want to think about is how Lost in Translation connects to some of these broad ideas that are raised within the rubric. There are a few key terms for me that resonate within the rubric, and one term that feels like it's quite substantial and is probably a non-negotiable to appear within your essay is this phrase, interior worlds. So we want to think about what an interior world is, what an interior space is, and the rubric does give us a little bit of definition there when it tells us that we want to be looking at notions of identity and desires, emotions, memories, and motivations. So let's keep those terms in mind when we look towards the specific thematic content of Lost in Translation. One idea that resonates a lot with me from Lost in Translation is this notion of interior emptiness and a lack of vocational direction, vocational uncertainty. So what we have with Lost in Translation are two characters in Bob and Charlotte who, from the outside, seem like strikingly different people. Bob is undergoing what can be conventionally labelled a midlife crisis. Charlotte has just graduated from Yale and talks about how she doesn't know what she's supposed to be. They seem like they're in different stages of life, but they share this kind of emptiness within their interior space, meaning their desires and motivations in life are ambiguous. Even though they are setting off from different stages in life, what brings them together is this sense of vocational uncertainty. Now, your vocation is your calling in life, what you feel like you were put on this earth to do. But what the text explores is how no matter what physical state you might be in life, no matter how old or young you are, no matter where you are in the world, you can have this uncertainty about what you want to do with your life. So this relates very substantially to these rubric notions of desires and motivations, and how desires and motivations can actually be very ambiguous and very hard to define. And that's, I think, what I'm alluding to when I talk about interior emptiness, or a sense of solitude and barrenness within one's interior world, within one's mind. Another idea that's quite substantial within Lost in Translation is this struggle to communicate, the struggle to communicate one's inner emotions and desires through language, through an exterior recognizable form. Now, Lost in Translation is notable for its setting. Not only do Bob and Charlotte struggle to communicate with each other, they are also placed within a society where they are quite literally unable to communicate. They cannot speak Japanese, so they can't really relate to too many people within their world, which just goes to exacerbate their inner emptiness and vocational uncertainty. We also see in the film how communication is now, in this globalized technological world, filtered through the machine. There's a motif that I think is particularly interesting that maybe gets ignored a little bit in the film, which is the fax machine through which Bob communicates with his wife back in America. This mediation of earnest spousal communication through technology again exaggerates the extent to which communication is impossible for our characters and, by extent, difficult for all people within an alienating world. And finally, another theme that resonates strongly is this notion of the soulmate and these connections that can be fleeting yet last for a lifetime. I think what Coppola does in the film is complicate the notion of a soulmate as a romantic partner or someone with whom you're going to spend the rest of your life, and instead as someone with whom you have a sort of magnetic attraction that's not about physicality, but is instead about a shared sense of uncertainty, a shared lack of desire, and motivation. These two characters are brought together by both their interior and exterior solitude, and they are able to forge a relationship that is both temporary and permanent simultaneously. I think the last scene of the film is particularly interesting, where we are not privy to what Bob whispers to Charlotte. And there's that little moment, that glimmer of hope for a private kind of communication that we as spectators do not get to understand, but that allows for some kind of earnest, private, unadulterated, reciprocal connection between people. So thematically, Lost in Translation is always oscillating between hope and despair when it comes to the ability for individuals to connect, to communicate, and to fill the void with meaning and some kind of vocational certainty. Thanks for watching this video, and stay tuned for more videos about Lost in Translation, its context and its form.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. If you do like the content, subscribe to our channel and we'll have more videos coming your way.
That's right guys, thanks for watching, and please make sure you check out our online resource database. We've had a team of state rank achievers and heads of English put these together for you, covering everything from essay structures and examples all the way through to craft of writing and comprehension skills. So check them out at ignitehse.com.au, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.